Hey there, YouTube. Hope you're doing well. And there's not a whole lot going on in the DBD space. Those of you that are in 2035 playing the new 5v5 game mode must be nice, huh, jackass? But for the rest of us who are just currently waiting on the Twins rework, we have a bit of a dry spot. So I wanted to talk about a mechanic in which I feel like hasn't really been talked about a whole lot. A mechanic in which I feel at best does nothing and at worst actually makes the problem worse. What am I talking about? Well, Singularity has a quote-unquote anti-camp mechanic. When you hook a survivor as Singularity, and then you try to use your power to go to a biopod to look through it, and then you go out of your power because you can't find anybody, you are slowed to a crawl. You have barely any movement speed for a solid 4, 5, 6 seconds, where you just can't really move away at all. If you think about it for a few seconds here, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. The other built-in anti-camp where when you're using a pod near a hook survivor, the buildup is drastically slower to the point where you're never actually going to be able to hit it. That makes sense because that actually prevents camping, that actually punishes you for just trying to camp it out with your biopod. Totally understandable. But when I hook a survivor and then I use my pod to try to find somebody else, usually I'm looking for somewhere else to go. I'm trying to get away from the hook and get in another chase as fast as possible. And yet, if I don't find somebody, I get punished by having to stay closer to the hook for longer. It doesn't really add up the longer you think about it. I don't play Singularity a ton, but I do enjoy him when I play him, albeit it's a little bit of micromanagement and a lot more effort than a lot of killers in the game. But when I do whip him out with the haste add-on, Singularity go burr. It's very fun. However, I hate playing Singularity when I'm trying to get away from the hook and find other survivors to chase, and then I try to get out of my power to go to a spot, maybe if I couldn't hit him with a biopod, and then I get slowed down to a crawl like I'm in quicksand, and they're holding me there at the hook. I just want to go chase somebody else. Why are you punishing me for trying to leave the hook? It doesn't make sense, and I hate it every single time. And I do understand it a little bit. I understand that weird situation where you have a Singularity that is just using the power to get undetectable and sit behind the hook. But there are also so many other killers and a perk that can just let you do that anyway that it just doesn't make sense for Singularity out of every killer in the game to get punished for using the power in that way. And there are way more Singularities, albeit there's not many Singularities in general, but there are way more that are going to be actually playing the killer like you're supposed to and trying to use the power to get other places and create a lot of pressure across the map fast. And the amount of times in which I've hooked a survivor, tried to use pods, and then I go out of it and go, oh, wait, right, I have to be stuck in glue near the hook. They trapped the hook in glue, and I can't move very fast. And so I'm stuck here staring at this dude on the hook while I'm just trying to go chase somebody else. The amount of times that's happened is just far too damn high. And yes, I understand. I can just walk a few feet away and then use it, and it's fine. But if that's the case, then the mechanic itself doesn't even work anyway. You see what I'm saying? No matter what, it doesn't do anything at best, and at worst, it just punishes you when you forget about it and go, oops, now I have to stay here for another 5, 6 seconds and keep staying near this guy. Man, I didn't realize how much this mechanic pissed me off until I started listening to this recording and started talking. But man, I just don't like it. But anyway, small little rant slash tangent slash video. I know I haven't been uploading a whole lot here. I just wanted to make a little something, to have a little discussion video, have a little chat. I hate this mechanic, police behavior. It really doesn't do a whole lot. Just get rid of it. The other one's fine, where when you're using the biopods near the hook, it goes way, way, way slower. That actually works. That does its job. It doesn't punish me for playing Singularity normally. But holy shit, if I get slowed down near the hook one more time when I'm just trying to go somewhere else away from the hook, I'm gonna lose my shit.